Hello guys, my name is Sanat. I'm one of the trainee B modelers over here, and I'm going to take the topic on time management. When I got this topic, it was a bit of an irony because time management and me don't go hand in hand, because I'm a really bad guy with time management. But I try to do time management all the time. But there are some myths that I got to know that time management in a traditional way is a wrong way. So as you can see, the time management is a myth in belief. So I'm like,
ഇല്ല ഇപ്പൊ നേരത്തെ കേട്ടില്ല. അതെ ഓടിയോ.
okay, rather than having a more like a talk over here, I would like to have some volunteers from your side. Do you guys have any idea about time management or anything related to time management, or let's say at least a definition from your side? I mean, let it be open to everyone, because time management has no definition, but what do you guys think about time management is really important. So if somebody can tell me what according to you is time management, so that we can go forward with the topic. Okay, I'm all right with this because I stand there having the same thought that I'm not going to speak. Yeah, every time somebody says, do you know about, like last time when we had the conversation, do you know about snakes and types of snake, I was like, no, I'm not going to speak. So we all have this problem when we see in a crowd. It's basically because we may be scared of talking, or we may be hesitant to talk in front of a crowd. But it's a common thing to have. By practice, you can avoid that one. So time management is a myth. So when we used to be in our school times and college times, we used to follow a really strict schedule, right? Like morning 9 o'clock you have to go to school. Okay, my school was at 8:20 and it finishes at 2:40, and you have 1 hour of games, maths, everything, and then after that you go for your tuitions and then come back, and then your parents say you have 1 hour to actually play, and then you got the rest of the hours to do your homeworks and study. But during your college times and school time it was really good, but when it comes to a professional life, that does not work, because managing time when you are in a professional environment, it's really tough. So when we used to be in school, we used to have a strict timetable that we used to follow everything all the way around. And when I graduated and started my new job as well, I did follow the same pattern of having a chart over there and then making myself a timetable to actually manage time. And as I was progressing, I got to know that maintaining this chart is really tough, because in a single day I used to club around 40 to 50 things. 1 hour after my job, let's say after my job, I used to spend around like 6-7 hours learning something new, or maybe doing something productive, going to gym, going for my practice sessions when I was doing my cricket practice and all. So at that time I could never meet this deadline, because 9 hours of job, after that I come back really tired. At least I would spend 2 hours of traveling, and then after the rest of the hours was not enough for me. But in that small time frame I used to squeeze in a lot of things. But that was the biggest problem that I faced, or I thought that it is a myth that you have a set of time, you have to divide time. That's not real. The real thing about time management is actually prioritizing what you need to do in that day. You can have thousands of things to do in a day, but when it comes to time management, you have to pick the right set of things to do in that particular day so that you don't burn out. The major thing about time management is to actually spend time for ourselves without burning out, because we only have 24 hours in a day, and then in that day at least 10 to 12 hours is spent in our office and travel times, and the rest of the time needs to be spent for ourselves. If we squeeze in more things in that time frame as well, we lose the quality of life that we need to follow. And when it comes to quality of life, the quality of life was a topic which was introduced to me when I went to UK, to be honest. Because when I was in India, we did not, the company that I worked for did not have a proper time thing. They used to work for 9 hours, but I had to stay till 12 at night to actually finish the ID drawings and all. But after that, when I went to the UK, I really got to know what time management was. Because when I was in India, my mom used to do everything for me, cook food, maybe do like basic washing help for me, and then I go to the office, come back, I'll have the food over there, and then it was all in a smooth routine, and I thought that I had plenty of time to do a lot of things. But when I went to the UK, I realized that even 24 hours is not enough, because managing that 24 hours is really important. Because I had to cook food for myself, I had to go to the university, and then I have to go for work, and then I have to come back again, cook food, and then do my laundries and stuff, and at the same time study as well, and then go for games and workout sessions and everything. So I was squeezing in a lot of things within that 24-hour frame, including the sleep. So when it comes to a proper definition for time management, there is no proper definition for time management. It is different for each and every person. According to your importance, you can, vary the meaning of time management. So if for some people it could be waking up early and managing the time accurately. Some people don't like to wake up early. They want to, stay late night and manage their work at night as well. But the key thing about time management is actually, not squeezing in a lot of things, but prioritizing what you need to do. Let's say when you're in a professional world, you have 9 to 10 hours of job, and then after that, you got 8 hours of sleep. The rest of the time needs to be spent for something productive that you like. Because if you're squeezing in a lot of things like that you don't like, and you may get burnout after that. So managing time could be a really tough decision altogether. And when it comes to prioritizing yourself, there are few things that you need to check. Because let's say you have a fixed timetable, but when you prepare a fixed timetable, make sure that you prepare a timetable that interests you. If you don't have an interest on something and you're forcing yourself to do that in that particular time, that time is wasted for you. So rather than wasting that time, make sure that you have to ask few questions to yourself, that whether you like to do that thing in that 1 hour of time frame. If not, try to use that 1 hour for something else. Maybe like spending time with your family, or if you're living far away from your home, just have a call to your mom or dad or brother, or maybe just have a time with your partner, kids. Is really important. So it's really important to actually prioritize what you have to do in that particular day, so that you don't get burned out. And protecting your boundaries. Sometimes saying no is really important as well. Some meetings or some calls which we have during our office hours, or maybe after the office hours, may not be important, but that may be consuming a lot of time for us. Okay, let's say my friend calls me occasionally once in a while, and he talks to me around like 1 hour, 2 hours, because he's far away. But sometimes I stand up to him and tell him that, bro, I have something to do today, so I can't talk long. I have to do this thing. So sometimes saying no is important when you come to time management as well, because that also saves a lot of time. Because the only thing that you cannot get back is time. If you have lost that time for something unproductive that you don't like, you can't take it back. And if you can't take it back, and that time is gone. So it's really important to protect your boundaries. Consistency is key. Even though I say that having a proper schedule is not good, but for some people it may work. As I was telling you guys in the beginning, every time management, definition has different meanings. Some people like to schedule it, some people don't. Like I don't like to schedule it. I just want to go with the flow. I just don't do anything apart from the time that I come to the office. It's only the time that I am fixed. After that, I go back home. I do random things. So it's really important to have a consistency. let's say if you want in the future, you're feeling that you're not productive and you want to do something really productive on the coming years or the coming days, or you want to learn something new, the most important thing is, what we do is, let me say by my example, I'll go to YouTube videos, I'll search time management, how to manage time. I'll have a plenty of a plethora of videos over there, and then in that plethora of videos I'll be like, okay, I'll choose 3 videos and then start making timetable, schedules and stuff. But when it comes to that, the most important thing that you have to ask is whether you could follow that timetable. If you can't follow that timetable is a total waste. You'll try to actually do the timetable every day, but sometimes you may get burned out. So rather than actually fixing a long split up times, maybe start 30 minutes. Do something like, let's say this is a new year, you want to go to the gym. Make sure that you dedicate 1 hour to the gym every day and follow it for like few months, so that you get to know that whether it's working out for you, or in that 1 hour that you're spending after the job, or let's say 8 to 9, is it wasting your some other precious time, or is it taking away your time? You can reschedule it, or you can adjust it accordingly as well. And balancing life. So when it comes to time management also, when I was talking that when you squeeze in a lot of things, or let's say you want to do a productive thing, but never forget to spend time with your loved ones, because the time that you have right now, I'll be really honest, till my college time I had plenty of time to spend with my friends and my family and stuff. When I started my job, it became really less. So the time that you have, that extra time that you have that you're wasting, make sure that you do something productive, or maybe balance it with your life and work as well, so that you need to have a social life as well, rather than just doing something like a learning or just going to the gym. Sometimes you need to be social, use that time for something really effective as well. So when you want to manage time, I would like to add few points. When you are in the future, if you are planning to do a time management system for your life, make sure that you go really slow, because rushing to a time management system can be a burnout thing. It can actually lead to a lot of problems. I'm a guy with a lot of anxiety, so if I have a time schedule and if I can't do it within that time frame, I get frustrated and I get tensed as well. So make sure that you start really slow, so that you don't burn out or tense yourself. And then time management is also time management, I'll just skip the slide. So time management is also, you need to start really slow, and then when you do a time management system, make sure that you list out few things. Let's say you have 10 things to do. List out that 10 things in a book or an iPad or anything that you have, and then in that 10 thing, make sure that you prioritize few things. What do you want to do? Okay, let's say I want to study a new software. I'll do it for 1 hour. I want to spend time with my family, so I'll spend this many hours for my family every week. Rather than doing it for a day, make sure that you do it for a week as well. Because when you do it for a day, you can't do everything in a day. You may be like, you only see your parents once in a week. So incorporating everything in a day would be really hectic. So make sure that you go slow in a systematic way, so that you never burn out with time management. Time management is a common thing that everybody faces problem with. Even I face problem today as well, because as I was telling, it's an irony that I'm taking time management. I don't even have a time schedule in my life. The only time that I wake up is 6:30, come to office, and after office works I go back, and after that time I don't have any kind of a schedule. I just either sleep, eat, and then come back tomorrow. So that's why I got this topic, and it was really funny for me to do this topic, because a guy who does not have a time management system is going to talk about time management today. And I know the importance of time management, because when I was in UK and a few months in Dubai, I used to do time management, because there you have, in that place when you are alone, you have to do everything by your own, and time management helps you out a lot. And at that time, few mistakes that I did was squeezing in a lot of things within one day frame, which never worked out for me. So what I shifted was I took it slow. I planned it for a week, and then I start doing it for a week, because my goals could be achieved within a week. I don't need to achieve that goal within a day. I could either achieve the goal within a month, or let me say within 6 months as well. So you don't have to burn out on a single day to achieve that goal. If it's a long time goal, let's say you're learning a software and you got 6 months to learn the software. First month you can leave the first month, nobody cares. The second month you can start slowly, make time for it, and then start slowly. So that's also an important thing that you have to keep in mind. So as it says, time management isn't about doing it all. So as I was mentioning, it's not about doing everything at the same time or doing everything that you want to do. It's more about splitting the time for your needs, your importance, because the time that you are wasting is your own time. It's no one else's time. It's your own time, and it's about you miss it, you never get it back. So you need to make sure that you give you time for yourself as well. So I've seen people who prioritize others' needs and waste their time. Okay, I used to be that one person as well. So over the time, I have prioritized giving time for myself as well, because I do love sleeping. So why waste my time for someone else who's not all the time? So sometimes I do say no as well. So make sure that you prioritize yourself and then manage your time at the same time. And yeah, that's it with me. If you guys have any doubt about time management, yeah, I can help you out. I'm not the best person to actually answer the questions, but I'll help you out with what I have in experience.
Let these top things and once completed, we can score up. That management.
Yes, it's more like a to-do task.
Reached the station and told us, okay, within 30 minutes everyone will be back, get back, and we need to go for the next destination. Then some people will go after 15 minutes late, 30 minutes. It will affect the group.
Entire schedule as well.
So that is time management. We need to respect others' time as well.
Time as well. So that's why I was mentioning you should be.
I think we won't miss it.
Yeah, we won't miss it.
1% of all, we go for it.
Yeah, we have to do it.
We have to do it because it's expensive, and if we lose that.
To go to the workshop. So I'll fix a time for my workshop. So that's my time schedule for the day. So once that's done, I'll be striking that off from my schedule. So it could be handwritten or it could be in your mind as well. It doesn't need to be in a writing format. It could be in your brain as well. So it's all in the sense of how you want to divide that time at that particular instance. So anybody else with any kind of
Yeah, I think that's exactly the point that we don't want to make it schedule for each item. The brain will work on it. For example, now tomorrow I want to travel through flight or train, so that's a fixed time. So that is fixed. Like the morning 6:30, the flight will start or the train will start. So we need to reach there at least 1 hour or 3 hours before the station. So we need to manage that. Okay, so I need to travel 1 hour before that. So we are planning that. So then after that, once I reach the destination, then I have a meeting. So we plan that. So each time for tomorrow's from yesterday or 1 week before we are planning. The same way all the life means, because as a human we are depending on most the surrounding by persons or many things. So we need to think about that, like the time is the most of the people says that the time is money. No, so each time is valuable for everyone. So we need to plan that accordingly. Then only, yeah, that's still automatic. It's not necessary to mark in the schedule. Some people are living. One of my friends, he have always like in a phone and even the computer have Excel schedule. 9:30 he'll have breakfast and 9:45 hours. They say okay, and I need to like reach by the station by 9:45. So he's living that way. He's very perfect on that.
Who works on Excel sheets. They're basically in data, but they work on Excel sheets. They'll be like, okay, this is the time that, okay, morning I'll wake up, I'll do this task. And the funny thing is, he used to be my roommate, he never does that. He'll keep an alarm at 6:30 to do a task or to have a meeting with a client, and he'll never wake up. I'll wake up, hearing his alarm, then go wake him up so that he attends the meeting, so that I can sleep. So I used to have that kind of friends as well. Even though you have something in a chart, you never follow that. Some people are really strict into that they have to follow it as well. So as I was mentioning, it's a personal thing how you want to manage your time as well. And yeah, that's from my side. If you guys don't have anything to interact, yeah.
That's why I was telling that psychologically that's satisfying.
Yeah, striking off also works for some people.
Put a dash on that finish.
Yes, just like a to-do task. So I used to do that when I started time management. When I used to follow time management. Right now I don't use it because I've got plenty of time now. So just wasting my time every day to do nothing. So yes, so anyone else with any kind of experience that you want to share from your school time?
Procrastination is part of time management?
Sorry?
Procrastination is a part of time management?
It depends how you want to do it. So if it's kind of an overthinking as well. You're thinking about the future, and you're predicting the time for the future as well. But when it comes to that topic, it's really debatable because for me as a human, there are a lot of factors which can go wrong. I'll have a meeting today morning with the client, but at the same time I may have a funeral, like unexpected funeral. So planning something for the future need to be really careful because it could happen, could not happen. But if it happens, good for you. If it doesn't happen, you should not stress out because I usually stress out. So it kind of breaks the balance between life and mental stress as well. So when you do something for the future, make sure that you have the courage to if it doesn't work out as well, you're okay with it. You'll go with the plan B. So that's also important.
Is it purely a future tense, like in the sense, can I work on the present tense? Like you have scheduled something for later, but like you in the evening you want to do something. You have scheduled or like you have managed the time for that, but later on you are so sleepy or you are so tired. So which means you are going to be late. So is it work for the present tense? Like
so it's a personal thing. If let's say if I have something in the evening and I just don't want to go, I should have the courage to say no, because I just don't want to waste that time. If you're ready to go for that event in the evening or anytime in that particular day, it's absolutely fine. If you don't want to go, there is also a thing that you can skip it. You can, if it's something that can be postponed, it could be postponed. Let's say maybe doing something, writing something down in your diary. Some people do write diaries for half an hour, and if you don't want to write a diary that day, you're tired, you can do it next day as well. So it depends. Sometimes you may have to say no to it. Sometimes you can go with it as well. So it's a personal thing. Time management is really personal for everyone. Like there's a saying that beauty holds in the beholder's eyes. So how people see beauty is beauty for them. That's the same thing with time management as well. How you manage your time is upon you. Nobody else can teach you time management. You have to do it by trial and error as well. How much you do, you cannot master it unless you do a time management, you break the time management, you redo it again to achieve that goal. So it's basically a personal thing that you work out by trial and error.
so in that sense, can we conclude it like it's a myth?
Sorry?
Can we conclude it like it's a myth?
So when I had this topic that time management is a myth, that is, when you go to YouTube videos and things, and if you refer books and things, or let's say our parents has told us that you have to split your 24 hours into this to do these things. So that's a myth. You don't have to do everything in that one time frame. You could prioritize what you want to do. Let's say I don't want to study maths today, I don't want to study, I can study tomorrow. But when in my childhood time, I did not have the flexibility to do so. I had to follow my parents.
But that is only for the personal stuff.
Personal stuff.
For example, now we go for a group tour for the college and school. Then we retain a session. told us, okay, within 30 minutes everyone will be back, get back, and we need to go for the next discussion. Then some people will go after 15 minutes late, 30 minutes. It will affect the group.
Entire schedule as well.
So that is time management we need to respect others' time as well.
Time as well. So that's why I was mentioning you should be ready to say no and yes at the same time. Sometimes you may have to say no to something and sometimes you cannot say no to it. Let's say you have an important client meeting, you can't say no to it. You have to attend that time. Even if you are really tired and you are really sleepy, you have to attend the meeting. You can't say no to it. But sometimes you could say it's not an important meeting. You could reschedule it for like the next hour or so. So yeah, it depends upon how people to people want to manage their time according to their needs. Sometimes you will be really stressed out. You will have mental stress, something which usually people don't talk about. And that day you just don't want to do a time management. That day you just want to sleep. Even that is really important. You're spending time for yourself. You're managing that time to recover. That's also something that you need to keep in mind as well.
Where you have already allotted or scheduled your time for some task. Okay, that is time management. Okay, you are time management. But suddenly you are sleep, you are tired. You are getting sleep. So which means that it became a bit. Am I right?
Sorry?
You are going to sleep. Which means you are not going to do any task at that moment. So at that moment it became a myth. Am I right?
Let me add on to that if you really understand the value of what we are scheduled for, I think we won't miss it.
Yeah, we won't miss it.
If we have a flight tomorrow, we'll go for it.
Yeah, we have to do it.
We have to do it because it's expensive, and if we lose that.
Sorry, it's not expensive.
It could be
Flight
something.
will not wait for us.
Flight will not wait for us.
Telling that if we.
Yeah, there are other factors as well. Some
Yeah.
people will be like luxury to skip the flight and go to
Yeah.
next. But for like people like us, like if you miss the flight, it's like 50,000 gone.
Yeah.
Next flight will be in 3 months because you need to then have that 50,000 in the next 3 months only. So yeah, that's also something.
Even if it is very small thing that spending time with a friend, if you really understand the value of spending time with a friend or sharing that thought, we'll not miss it. So it's about everything. Regarding the work, also personality, everything is about the value of how we understand the value of that task that we are supposed to do at that particular time.
Yeah, that's really nice thing that Anshiji said as well. Because if you know the value of time, you can easily prioritize or non-prioritize things. So that you know the value of time. Maybe if your friend is really need in talk, he really wants to talk with you, he is really desperate. Maybe saying no will break him off. But you need to empathize as well sometimes when you want to spend time.
Time is now.
Yeah, that time is gone. I'm done with it.